anyway seem to have landed beneath the lake. In this, air bubble? Unfortunately, we're not entirely safe down here. As you can see, leaving the air bubble means that we'll be grabbed by the hands.
The creature's prints are still glowing. This must be where he brought Lily.
We also have a few, little dangers to look out for. These clams, for instance, snap down on you, do some damage. There are also a few other creatures that, didn't really show up in this particular
This freshwater lake coral is so pretty, I just want to smash it.
I agree. But we'll be seeing them soon enough. The, creatures I was just talking about, not the freshwater lake coral. Anyway, the creature seems to have taken Lily up in this direction. But I don't know where. Just a big bell. Oh
and no one gets hurt, fish. Man, it's gonna be hard to find a new place to give you lumps.
How witty, Raz. Anyway, this is our next boss battle, coming up pretty hot on the heels of the first one. And it's very simple. These are, filled with tacks. You can see that the lungfish is trying to draw us in with its breath. So it's just a matter of breaking open the tack boxes and letting them do their work.
I think I see a piece of teriyaki salmon jerky over there in that clam. Why don't you go eat that instead?
After you hit it 3 times using the tacks, you go on to, the next part of the boss battle, which is this...
Poor gross little sucker fish. He can't breathe.
Marvelous auto-scrolling
I see a
thing.
piece of teriyaki salmon jerky over there in that clam. Why don't you go eat that instead?
We are looking at this from the perspective of the lungfish, of course, and it is pushing us through lots of clams, and, well, the other 2 enemies, the only 2 enemies in this vicinity, the little suckerfish, which, as I, demonstrated, will latch onto Raz's head and just eat away at his health until you can find a way to get them off. And the other thing being the little tiny crabs, possibly crayfish. Not really sure. Anyway, little red pinchery fellas that are a lot easier to deal with. They just, you know, snap at you.
Yep.
Oh, that almost landed on my head. Neat. Yeah, they're crayfish, not crabs. The lungfish is being very kind to us, pushing its little mobile bubble right along this path that actually has plenty of foot space, but just somehow managed to pull the bubble up. I think we would just drown and this whole thing would be over a lot faster. Now this leads us actually to another little arena. There's enough space here, I think. Coming up eventually. There we go. There's enough space here that we can now fight the lungfish again. And as you can see, it made its little air bubble significantly smaller than it was even during our fight earlier. You know, because it pulls in the air and then it sucks it back out. And it's the exact same as before. There are no new hazards. There is nothing new to any of this. It's just more thumbtacks. More thumbtacks, followed by another round of auto-scrolling. Unfortunately, this whole ordeal really isn't very exciting. And the checkpoint system here is robust enough that if you wind up messing up, you're only sent back maybe a couple of seconds at worst. But I guess while we're here, it should be noted that you can actually keep using the dowsing rod while you're down here, and apparently, if you do so in the right place, you can find some very significant catches of arrowheads. I think whatever I was reading said there's one of like 600 somewhere down here, which is integral to doing a speed run. Obviously it's not necessary for me, but I guess if you're really low on arrowheads and you're bored during these fights, and I can't really blame you for that one, you can pull out the dowsing rod and give it a shot. And yes, I do mean during these mobile sections, these places that you will never come back to and that only occur during this boss fight. Tricky. This particular run is actually going shockingly well for me. I usually have a lot more trouble either holding back far enough with this thing or moving forward at the right times, especially right around this section. Just because if you, these pieces of coral are blocking your path, so if you wind up going ahead too fast, you'll just end up drowning yourself. You also can't go ahead too fast on this one because you will just wind up grinding yourself right into the water. Good times. And now here comes, I guess, the boss fight proper with our friend, the hideous hulking lungfish. You can't hit it by any conventional means. You can't set it on fire. You can't side blast it. You can't TK it. Instead, you have to lure it to the oysters around here. Get it to try and attack you with its obvious glowing weak spot. And then get hit repeatedly, because I'm terrible at this fight. I'm gonna be honest. It's not actually hard. It's just that I never, even when I was younger, I never really got the hang of where to stand next to these things. And unfortunately, my old non-experience is just rearing its head rapidly today. And then I got a suckerfish on my head, and that just doesn't help anything. In fact, as you can see, I almost got killed at this point, but a little ingenuity and blind luck.
Ah, poor little thing.
That poor little thing just tried to kill me about 8 different ways.
Well, that's not its fault. This was once just a normal-sized lungfish, minding its own business in a mucus-lined air bubble beneath a semi-dry lake bed. But judging by the work done on it, I suspect Maury has mutated it, accelerated its growth, and has placed an implant in its brain to make it do his evil bidding.
Whoa. Poor little thing.
Yeah, go inside there and try to smash the implant. Use the psycho portal I saw you steal from Sasha's lab.
Oh, yeah. That works on big scary monsters?
Oh, monster schmonster. That thing's more afraid of you than you are of it. Now get in there!
I find that hard to believe, Ford.
Whoa.
Still.
Poor little thing.
this is our first opportunity to actually use the Psycho Portal and get a little more health back. So, in we go.
Top of the morning to you, ma'am.
And good day to you, Officer Lungfish. How are you today?
Oh, damp and happy, can't complain. And what are you and the wee one up to on this lovely day?
Oh, just obeying the law as always. All posted directives followed to the letter.
Ah, good to hear. Not a one of us want any trouble, that's for sure. Ah! Oh, Gagalo!
This game is amazing, has I ever mentioned that? Well, we seem to be a giant kaiju destroying a nice little city of Lungfish. I don't know about you, but I'm okay with this development. Kinda odd that a little lungfish would have this sort of mindscape or whatever. So this is a Lungfishopolis. And we will be destroying it very
still
thoroughly.
heading for the orphanage!
Hey, Goggalor! Down here!
Excuse me. Were you talking to me?
Ah! Ow! My ears!
I'm sorry.
Ah! Oh my god! Ah!
Are you okay?
He's dead.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Every member of the Resistance is prepared to die fighting the tyranny of Kochamara.
What's Kochamara?
He's a giant monster like you, Goggalor. He brainwashed and enslaved almost everyone in Lungfishopolis.
That stinks. So hey, have you seen any other humans around here? I'm looking for a girl called Lily.
The government archives might have some information about your young girlfriend, Goggalor.
Yeah, I don't know if she's really my girlfriend. I mean, I think she...
I only meant that she is your friend who was a girl, Goggalor. To access the archives, we must first destroy the broadcast tower Kochamara uses to control the populace.
Check. I'll go smash that then.
Wait, Goggalor! In order to reach the tower, you'll need to pass through that wall of lasers, but you'll never make it through the lasers without our help.
So are you gonna start helping soon?
First, I need you to do something for the Resistance. Punch a hole in that prison and free my comrades.
Where is Kochamara?
Check. I'll go smash that then.
Oh my...
Freedom!
Freedom!
Hoo-yah! Now, how about getting me past those gates?
Right. We stole the shield power module from Kochamara. It's too big for any of us to operate, but it should work for you.
Hey, is this gonna upset Kochamara and all your little brainwashed neighbors?
No!
I doubt it.
No.
So, knocking down the prison and then breaking this laser shield thing, nobody's gonna get mad about that and start shooting at me.
No!
Maybe one guy would.
But what is even an entire navy of lungfish against the might and revolutionary zeal of Goggalor?
Wait, what navy?
Meet us at the dam, Goggalor. For freedom!
Huh. Well, anyway, they gave us the shield power we've been waiting for. Kind of. The shield, as you can see, is meant for, well, defenses. Now,
I don't think that's gonna work.
interestingly, we can't levitate or glide while we're in this level, so we can just put the shield right where that should be. Now, the shield raises a barrier for about, I want to say, maybe 3 seconds, and it prevents all damage that you would take from projectiles or any other incoming enemies.
Oh no!
Garglor,
The orphanage! For dogs!
Pretty useful.
It was the puppy orphanage, everyone!
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
The peaceful city of Lungfishopolis is under attack tonight by a hideous, gigantic monster the terrified citizens have named Gagalor. The Navy has responded quickly and decisively, dispatching its entire tank division to neutralize the creature. Soon, authorities say, everything will return to normal or better. Kidnapping human children is good.
This guy
not
needs
the
a
naval
duffel bag
tanks.
tag.
It was just a mattress factory!
Anyway, as we go through the level, we're going to be coming across a lot more, well, enemies. And they have projectiles. One of the primary use of the shield is to keep you from getting completely slaughtered by this. It's actually, not much of a big deal right now, but as we go further along, more tanks incoming, and, well, it gets very, very difficult to fight them all off quickly enough without defending yourself first. In fact, some points downright impossible. Interesting thing about some of these figments, by the way, the city, as you can see, is just, looks largely, you know, like a regular,
Here comes Coach
you know, modern,
wait, it's
western city.
Gagalor.
But most of the figments have an eastern vibe to them, both in that, more rustic, old-style Japanese places, and a lot of Tokyo-inspired, billboards and stuff. I'm not really sure if the distance is intended, because some of the earlier stuff for this particular level had a more Eastern theme in general, you know, the whole Godzilla homage. Speaking of Godzilla homage, you might have noticed that Raz's attack projections are a little bit different. His punch is now a giant claw, and when you do the palm bomb, it's actually feet instead of his palms, because he just kind of jumps and smashes things like that. He also leaves indentations everywhere, it's great. Alright. This is the laser array. And as you can see, it's painful. Fortunately, a well-timed shield, well, annihilates it instantly. Also, you can pick up tanks and throw them. It's not a very effective area clearing ability, but it is pretty awesome. Oh, that was quick. And that's the shield power that we've been sitting on, almost. There's the bag tag. And that little device running around way down there is one of our memory vaults. Huh. Well, that explains the city, anyway. Gotta get them cobwebs.
Got it!
Hurrah! And then we can just turn right back around and...
Check. I'll go smash that then.
Freedom!
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 Freedom! So, this big monster, is that the best you could do?
We were short on time, and he is good at smashing things.
Doesn't look like much to me. Come on, let's blow this joint.
Hey, you're welcome.
Sorry about him, Gargalor. He's been in prison a long time. He's the only pilot the Resistance has, and he has an excellent plan. Meet us at the dam so we can put it into action.
Oh man, did you guys see that beautiful Zeppelin animation? I can only aspire to such greatness. And I picked up the duff bag tag.
No! Not the Natural History Museum!
Sorry. Although I don't think I broke anything that time. Anyway, we picked up the duff bag tag so we can make this guy happy. There was also a purse back in that little area, and if you were looking when our beautiful, majestic Zeppelin was taking off, you can actually see the tag right over this way. Now, that beam spinning thing actually hasn't been introduced yet. Kind of weird that we're seeing it. Oh
Well, things have gotten a little embarrassing for Gargalor. Recently surfaced information has strongly linked the previously intimidating monster with common low-life criminals. Earlier tonight, Gargalor broke some of his jailhouse cronies out of the slammer so they could enjoy a night on the town, popping pills and soliciting inexpensive call girls. Well, they're in for one nasty hangover. Our beloved Navy has come up with a high-tech new invention. Trucks armed with hyper-electricity. Kidnapping children do not harm the brains.
There's instructing the trucks. Now, I seem to recall that the game might give us this information, or maybe it's when we talk to Ford about them. But this hyper-electricity can actually be reflected back on the trucks. Which is sometimes necessary, because they will track you, and you cannot hide behind figments. That was take a whole bunch of side blasts. But as you can see here, you just defend, and their beam smashes straight back. Is that an advertisement for a taco? Now, there are a couple of these figments that are just hanging out in the sky like this. They're actually a lot easier to get. They kind of look like they are.
You're lucky we can't own guns, Gargalor.
The hitbox on them, I think, actually extends a little bit further than the figment itself does. So even though it looks like you're just gonna jump right beneath them, you still grab them. Always nice. Hello, purse. Now, what I'm trying to do with navigation through these already explored parts is propel Raz forward a little bit faster with the double jump. At this juncture, I'm not sure if it actually works, although you'll see in a moment that it actually will. I'll explain that in a second.
My bait shop!
Oh, lady, that's kinda... Are you a fish? Well, that's a little bit distressing. Anyway, there's Coach Amra selling some soda.
The destruction and terror continue as the hulking, godless child beast carves a bloody swath through our helpless city. Our noble, all-volunteer Navy has been surprised only by the senseless lust for mayhem that seeps from the twisted black lump of a heart in this creature, still known only as Goggalor. Though it loathes violence in all its forms, the Navy has no choice but to activate its anti-monster turrets, which it guarantees are 100% monster-proof. Do not get caught stealing children.
By the way, if you hadn't noticed, the stance shown in that little newsreel is actually what Raz is doing throughout the entire level. It's kind of great, because if I turned into Godzilla, I'd really want to play it up too.
Ha! Now you see the genius of our plan, Goggalor.
First we print flyers, then we spread them all over town with my blimp.
Winning over the hearts and minds of Lungfishopolis in as soon as 6 months.
6 months?
You don't like our plan, you can come up with another one.
Yes, we are busy. We have to select card stock and then find a decent but inexpensive printer within the week.
Alright, sorry. Well, terrible as that plan is, I think comes something better. I just want to get up this dam, as a matter of fact. And to do that, we'll ride the Zeppelin.
Have you come up with a better plan than the pamphlets yet?
Yes, it's called Turn in Goggalor for Reward Money. Ow!
Ride the Zeppelin.
Careful, my chai tea!
We don't have a replacement blimp, you know.
Alright, fine. I can't really explain why, but I really love the skyline of this level, especially that shot with the tower giving off brainwash waves. Now the rest of the level is in that direction, but there are a few things to pick up over here. Not the least of which is the hat box that we just literally picked up the tag for. And a figment that looks like, yep, it's part of a nuclear power plant.
Got it! Yep.
Now let's just cut across Tokyo Bay here. Oh, never mind. Now, doing that was actually quite unintentional, but it winds up being a significant benefit because, as you can see, all of a sudden Raz is jumping a lot faster. This is because when you get into the water, the game takes over and kind of changes your jump physics a little bit. There's no separate propulsion physics for this particular level. You just, jump in water and then it throws you out. And I guess that overwrites the altered movement physics. So suddenly Raz's jump is as effective as it normally would be, at least going forward with it. So you wind up moving a lot faster if you wind up double jumping after you almost drown. which I'm sure is how it works in real life. So with that taken care of, I am getting shot at from a lot of different sides right now. Wow. We have regular tanks, hyper-electricity trucks, and those boats off the coast there. Oh, sweet. More ammo. Oh, how did that... Anyway, the boats are a bit of a pain in the ass because those missiles have some amount of homing properties. Fortunately, as you might have noticed a little bit earlier, they take one shot to go down, that's it. Oh, that was satisfying. You might also notice that the tanks themselves are now armed with these, interestingly designed homing missiles. Which is great, just lovely. And this one is just so badly placed off the coast there. You can't hit it until you come around here. Or at least you can't auto-lock onto it. And I can't auto-lock onto it because I'm just terrible. There it is. Oh, as you can see, the shield, since we got that upgrade, now has little spikes attached to it. Just a little visual distinction. I can see a figment over there. Oh, for the record, there's no real benefit to destroying every building here except for the power-ups they give you. But I don't know why you'd need a reason. Come on, they break down so nice. These big ones give you a real nice look around the area, and there's a tank hiding in there. Jerk.
Got it!
Anyway, let's have another view. Yep, as you can see, I'm pretty sure that is not kanji. And we're kind of entering Lungfishopolis proper now. There's a lot more skyscrapers, and there are a lot more of these awesome billboards advertising toast and apples and cop shows. Now, either of these little islands that we're seeing, the one that we're on and the one that we were kind of going towards, we were getting shot at by the boats, will take you where you want to go. They also both have figments aplenty, so you need to go both ways. I also don't know why I'm jumping over these trains, because Raz is large enough to just smash into them and they'll explode. Whatever. Note about this particular area. Actually, I'll get back to you in a second.
We're here with the star of the popular sitcom Trouble in the Bubble, Buddy Finn. Buddy, what's your take on the Goggalore situation? Is he just misunderstood? No way! I hate Goggalore. I can't imagine any one of my fans siding with the monster. He hates everything lungfish care about. Air, water, family, the economy. Buddy, You'll be happy to know that the Navy has decided to pull out what they're most famous for. Airplanes! So rest assured, we can all look forward to Goggalor's imminent death. And to seeing you, buddy, every Thursday night at 8, right here on LBC. Thanks, and I'd just like to add that if anyone kidnaps a human child, they should take them quickly under the lake to the abandoned insane asylum.
Goggalor, come in. We have commandeered these vessels in your name.
We can put them in position to help you cross Kochamara Channel to get to Kochamara Island and destroy Kochamara Tower.
The thing is that, although we have the utmost faith that you will soon contain the area, Goggalor,
we just think it best
we've decided to maintain our position out here.
Just until you clear the area of all hostiles.
Yes.
For insurance reasons, Goggalor.
Yes, that, and for freedom.
Sure, guy. Anyway, I'll take care of the planes in a second. Just gonna backtrack a little bit to grab the stuff that's over on this island here. Now, what I was gonna say before I was so rudely interrupted, game, is that, according to some early documents, that little area with the tram line was actually supposed to have some sort of exploding tram car puzzle. I don't know what else about it, just that it involved tram cars, and you had to have them explode, presumably. The actual puzzle proposition involved the phrase exploding tram cars, so I can't imagine you not making them explode. Hey buddy, it's okay. He never feels better. And I do believe that, yep, there is a helicopter up there. Got it. And the last bit that we really need to check as we're going through here are just these figments floating along this suspension bridge, which I only just noticed is actually broken. I wonder what that happened. It wasn't me. This would have been fun, though. Also, somehow leaving this little island caused, like, 8 tanks to suddenly appear. I'm not sure where they came from. I'm not sure where they're going. I'm not sure. Hey, look, it's a little, memory vault. Fish are adorable. Anyway, back over here, there's just the extra life. A quick look to see if there are any figments that I neglected. There are, but I won't figure that out for another 10 minutes. And on we go to shoot down some planes. As you can see, they are carpet bombing the area, which, as we all know, is a perfectly viable strike for a dense urban area. Ooh, nifty. And actually, at the top of this is one of the golden helmets to increase our projection depth. Let's It's also a good place to get a view on the plains. And now that we're up here, we should be able to... to get hit in the back of the head by a flying airplane. As opposed to a grounded one. Now, honestly, the worst part of this is just getting into a position where you can actually hit the things. Because as you saw, they are constantly dropping bombs, and they have a very, very good chance of just smashing right into you. Fortunately, once we're up here, it's just a non-issue.
Freedom!
Hooray. Now it's just a matter of collecting everything left on this island. Including the last of our emotional baggage. Huzzah. I kinda wish they had more of those tram lines. They're neat. I'm also not sure where the trains are. Once you're out of that tunnel, they just stop spawning. Also, I would just like to take this moment to express the fact that I really love the concept of this level. First of all, Lungfish City, and second of all, being Godzilla in it. Of course, you know, the Lungfish is more scared of you than you are of it. Even though there are TVs depicting giant lungfish eating children. Now, as you can see, there was 109 out of 113 figments. And I know that there are 2 further on down here, which means that, unfortunately, 2 of them are not accounted for right now. Sorry. And there are no figments once we get to Kochamara Island. So, if you'll give me a minute, I'm gonna go look for that. The first one is actually this little sign that got missed. Right back all the way on this particular island. And the last one is way, way back here.
Where are the police?
Aw, come on, buddy. You don't need police, and you've got a navy. That's how it works, right? Alright, I'm good.
Go back to your watery...
I love you, Goggalore.
I love you too, tiny lungfish child. That is why I deigned not to smash you tonight. Alright, that is basically the level cleared, so... Kochamara Island. One last look around Lungfish Society. And actually, there is something else that I want to point out. The level itself is cleared, but up on this particular building, there is an Easter egg. If you go up to the correct area and flick around the camera, look at that, there's a picture of a lady. Hello. That is an image of the... I want to say... Shoot, what did he do? The, I think the level designer's, then girlfriend. So that's always nice.
Well, we're sorry to report that the miserable and incompetent Lungfish Navy is all but sunk. Great work, losers. Now, Kochemara himself will have to come all the way down here just to save our worthless hides. Authorities are calling for a big parade in Kochemara's honor after he clobbers the annoying giant Goggalor. And if the parade is big enough, Kochemara promises not to destroy the city. Brush teeth more often, don't drool so much.
Ah, Kochemara himself will come to fight us. Excellent.
Hey everyone! Here comes Kochemara!
Give up while you can, Goggalor.
I know it's you in there, Coach. I don't know where you're broadcasting from, but I'm gonna find out and make you show me what happened to Lily.
Kochemara does not speak giant monster boy language.
The only word you're gonna need is ouch.
Deadly Triangle Beam!
So, Kochemara,
Mighty Ram!
is the second boss battle in one video. We are all over tonight.
Deadly Triangle Beam!
As you might have guessed, we happen to have gotten the shield, and that is integral to being able to fight him.
So Sasha showed you how to save up your aggressive energy, huh? Well, why don't I help you let it all out? Mighty Ram! Ground! Oh! Overly intricate combination!
Yeah, most of his attacks are very, very difficult to avoid.
Area attack!
Including the one that is specifically hard to avoid area attack.
Overly intricate combination!
So it's really just a matter of shielding yourself against everything that he throws at you. Up until he uses his hard to avoid area attack, at which point you can punch his lights out.
Mighty Ram! Deadly Triangle Beam! Mighty Ram! Grab! Oh! Overly intricate combination!
Little tiny thing that I noticed while I was doing this is that apparently Mighty Ram ground version actually doesn't leave him open for a split second right at the end, because he was taking return melee damage from our little spiny shield.
Overly intricate, hard to avoid area attack!
Anyway, he's not much.
People of Lungfishopolis, I'm sorry I let you down.
Finally! Okay, Tower, get ready for Goggalor. Well, he was evil, but he did build a lot of roads.
Good point. Anyway, from here on out, it's just a matter of playing King Kong and destroying the tower.
control of this freaky toad. I don't need him to nab children for me anymore. I've got the brain of a little girl back in my lab that's strong enough to power a whole army of Psycho-Blaster death tanks. Huh? What?
You've got the brain of a little girl.
I said in my lab.
I think you've got the muscles of a little girl, too.
Good one.
Human child.
Who is that?
It is I, the creature whose spirit was once, over here. Behind you? Yes.
Oh.
The creature whose spirit was once enslaved by the evil one. You have unchained my soul, and now I shall repay you, powerful human child.
Oh. Great. Well, okay. Show me what you did to my friend Lily.
By the drowned spirit of Oblongata, it is done.